on Mike and Maty.
Welcome back, everybody. We are talking about the African-American celebration of Kwanzaa. And here to teach us how to prepare a traditional Kwanzaa recipe.
Yes.
And he's the author of Curtis Cooks with Heart and Soul. He's back with us. Curtis Aikens.
Yes.
There you are.
We got to start with a hug. Give me that hug.
Yay!
You got to have those hugs. And look at that. Look at that.
Say hi to Daddy.
Little
Can
Curtis.
you say hello,
Yeah,
Curtis?
he wants some more jelly
Look
beans.
at that. He's hanging with Mr. Mike.
We'll get
I
some
thought
jelly
the show
beans.
was
We'll be
hanging with
right
Mr.
back.
Cooper, but it's hanging with Mr. Mike. They're leaving.
They went to get jelly beans,
Anyway.
what all kids end up wanting to do.
This recipe is one of those traditional African-American recipes. It's just fabulous. Now, Maty and I were dancing coming in. The last day of Kwanzaa, right, Chris, is kind of a party. You have the big feast, and then you turn the music on, you start to jam and dance. And so Maty and I get a little early start on the last day, the 5th day of celebration.
And do you dance like African music, or what kind of
One
music?
thing about Kwanzaa is you can make it very personal,
Yes,
so you
you
can
can make it
kind
very
of decide what you want to do.
What you
Little
wanna do.
modern, little James Brown, little African.
Real
Some
good.
temptations here.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
But the thing about Kwanzaa I love the unity part, and also it's the feast, the first harvest, the feast. And one of the items that is so traditional in Africa that we've brought over and incorporated in this holiday is working with yams. Now, you notice the potatoes we used here, it's a light-colored pie.
Yeah.
This is one of the lighter-colored yams. There's like 5 or 6 different types of sweet potatoes, which are traditional here in the States, that are used in place of yams. And you can make a nice dark pie by using a richer-colored yam. This is a wonderful recipe. I believe every African-American mom knows how to make a sweet potato pie, and most of her sons, right, Chris?
Absolutely.
Do you know, really?
Yes, ma'am.
And Curtis will learn to and teach to Mike over there.
Right.
You
Let me
having fun
just tell
before?
you that I wanted to know exactly what I was cooking today, so I've already had half
You've
of
had-
mine.
Maty,
Just to
stop
be able
it.
to sell it better.
So why don't we cook this thing so everyone can make this for Kwanzaa? All right, we're going to start off here with the sweet potatoes. We've taken 2 medium sweet potatoes and peeled and diced them right there. And what we're going to do with that next, Maty, is cook that. You're laughing, you sweet thing.
So I'm laughing at little Curtis with all the jelly beans.
You'll stop it. Anyway, his mother's going to kill us for all those jelly beans. But we've got right here a 1.5 cups to 2 cups of water. What we're going to do with that, Maty, is just cook the potatoes in that. Then you'll discard the water. We'll talk about
Okay.
that when we start making the pie.
Okay.
Here we've got a stick of butter, okay? Now, it's a little bit, under these lights, it's melted a bit.
I was going to
but-
say.
Okay. You like
Didn't
that?
quite stay hard. It's a little melted, but
Stop
that's
out.
fine.
Stop that. Anyway, we've got 3/4 to 1 cup of sugar. We'll talk about why it's not a precise measurement in a minute or two. Right here, I've got a couple of eggs, Maty, that are beaten. Beat them up. Right,
Beat 'em.
Curtis?
Beat 'em.
Right, Chris? Right, Mike?
Yeah.
Wake up over there,
Beat 'em
boys.
silly. I'm with you.
The next thing we have, this is one of Mama's secrets that she learned from Grandma. It's buttermilk, everybody. Remember buttermilk?
Oh, gosh.
The last
Buttermilk
2
makes everything
ingredients.
so
oh,
yummy.
Buttermilk is so nice. We've got a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, the little vanilla flavoring.
Is that it? Look at that.
That's it. That's it right there. And we've got a homemade pie crust. Now let's make this thing. Of course, we've taken and cooked those sweet potatoes right here, Maty. They're nice and soft. And while they're still hot, let's add the butter. Can you pass that
Okay,
over, Maty?
sure.
Now, what I want you to do at home is mash this in very well. Just take your potato masher and mash that up. The next thing, and go ahead and cream those, Maty. The next thing you want to do is
Cream 'em.
cream them up really good. You add that 3/4 cup of sugar and just go ahead and mash that in. And what I want you to do at home is after you've added 3 cups of sugar, stop and taste this. If
To
it's
make sure it's not too sweet.
And if it's not sweet enough, add more sugar.
Oh,
we'll
so
start
that's
at
where the
3/4
3/4
cup.
to the
Right, and then add more. Now, we can add the raw eggs.
Okay.
Okay? And 2 things here. The potatoes are still hot, so you don't have to worry about salmonella. They're going to cook, and then also we're going to be baking it. The last thing we add is our buttermilk. Can you pour that in, Maty, while I mash these up?
Sure.
And then the vanilla goes in there. Okay?
I would add a bit more vanilla, but that's
You
just
would?
me.
Well, you can do that. It's that south of the border thing, right? Ow, give me that yellow, Maty. Give me that yellow. I love that thing. Anyhow.
You need Tabasco for that, and Tabasco
I love that.
no place in here.
Anyway,
But,
I'm going
you
to
know.
mash this up, Maty, and we're going to turn it into our pie shell, okay?
Okay.
We're going to turn this into pie shell, and take your time at home and mash this up really good till it's almost creamy. And then we're going to bake that in our 325-degree oven for about an hour.
Can't you put it in a blender? Or
Yes,
should
you can.
should you do
Yes, you
it
can.
that way?
But Mama makes what's called a grated sweet potato pie that looks very much like that. So it's okay if it's not creamy, fine creamy, but go ahead and you can do it in a blender. But what you want to do is 325 for about an hour, okay? Insert a straw. If it doesn't come out clean, bake it a little longer, okay? And it's okay, you can raise
Okay.
that temperature like 375.
Okay.
We're going to try it, Curtis Jr.,
Yep.
Mike. Chris,
This
Absolutely.
one's good. What do you add differently to your sweet potato pie? Or
want
the
some?
ingredients basically the
No?
same?
Basically the same. His looks
Whatever
a lot better
he
than mine
said.
does.
oh, cut it
Whatever
out,
he
Chris.
said.
Cut it out. Junior, what do you think? You have fun?
He likes the jelly beans. I like the
my.
pie.
You like the pie? This has been
This
fun.
is so good. And
Happy Kwanzaa, everybody.
Good.
it's truly best. This is just a tip from me. It's truly best to eat it when it's warm.
I agree.
Oh.
I totally agree.
That's just for me.
Very
Eat
good.
up. Bon appetit.
Love
Book is called Heart and Soul. Huh?
Buy that thing.
Hey,
Yummy,
yeah.
yummy.
You can
Happy
eat it, you can
Kwanzaa.
feel it,
Thanks
you can
so
be
much
it. We'll
for
take a break, be
sharing
right
your
back.
experience.
Thank you, Curtis. Thank you, Curtis.
To get the recipe for Curtis Sagan's sweet potato pie or for more information on today's show, call our hotline at 900-568-7777. The cost is 50 cents per minute. Set your watch because FX's Tom Burke